A Walker County man has turned his life around after being a leader in the KKK. He says he was able to get rid of the hate that was in his heart by understanding the people he once despised were just like him.
Like, people change. You just have to give them the opportunity.
I got involved in the white nationalist movement in 1987, and I got out in 1994. Looking back at how I recruited people in the white nationalist groups, misunderstood masculinity is a huge driver of violent extremism. There's a ton of pressure on men. When you are afraid to show your vulnerabilities, which everybody has, it adds to your suffering. And when you're suffering, you're ready to hurt somebody else. Violent extremist narratives, whether it's white nationalism, Antifa, or Islamism, they're very, very attractive to you. And all of those groups will prey upon that in one way or another. My recruiting 101 was find out what Joe Angry White Kid is angry about, blame it on Jews. It's not your fault. You don't have to look inward and do all this difficult self-development work, which is why when I talk about masculinity, which I do all the time, I talk about healthy masculinity. Having the bravery to cry, having the bravery to say, I'm afraid. I'm afraid no one's gonna love me. I'm afraid I won't have any friends. I'm afraid that I'm not cool enough, good looking enough. It takes guts to do that. It doesn't take any guts to flee from that for all you're worth. Now, if you have somebody in a violent extremist group, you manage to get them out, that's awesome, that's step one, but you're left with this person who has this giant hole in their identity. The hole they are trying to fill with a cause, with a purpose. So you need to fill that hole with a healthy sense of those things. And that's why when I'm working with a subject, getting them out of these groups, the first thing I do is bring them to introduce them to service. I worked with a man named Chris Buckley, who I helped to get out of the Ku Klux Klan.
White power!
We're fire!
Why'd you dress your little boy up in Klan clothes?
If being proud of his heritage makes him a racist, well, I'll teach him to be racist.
We went to Homeboy Industries, one of the premier gang prevention intervention agencies in the world, and I wanted Chris to meet Black and Latino people who were on the journey he needs to go on, to see that, first of all, by no means is he superior to them, and second of all, these are his teachers. And when Chris walked out of there, he had a whole new kind of idea of how he could build a healthy sense of value.
A Walker County man has turned his life around after being a leader in the KKK. He says he was able to get rid of the hate that was in his heart by understanding the people he once despised were just like him.
Like, people change. You just have to give them the opportunity.
This is Raheel Raza. If you like this video, please share it with your friends and family, and check out rebelnews.com for similar content, or clarionproject.org to learn more about the fight against extremism.